After opening our terminal, we need to install the tools. We are going to use Anaconda to do this. So make sure you have installed Anaconda. Again, instructions for installing Anaconda can be found in the description box. After installing Anaconda, what we have to do is to add channels. We will add 2 channels. So I'll say conda config add channels, and I'll say bioconda. This is the first channel. Let's add a second channel. So the same command, but this time we change the channel name to conda forge. We have added the 2 channels. Let's list the channels. So you can say conda config show channels. This will list the channels. So we should see the 2 channels we added. The default channel comes packaged with conda, so we will leave it as it is. We are now going to create an environment and install the tools in that environment. So I'll say conda create-n, and I'll say 16s. This will be the name of the environment. Now we are going to list the tools. So I have fastqc, I have multiqc, I have fastp, I also have chop, I have kraken 2, I have Rona. So these are the tools. So we are going to use fastqc and multiqc for quality control. Fastp will be used to filter the reads. Chop will be used for trimming the reads. Kraken 2 will be used for taxonomic classification, and then Rona will be used for visualization. So that's what we have. So now let's run this command to install the tools. Now let's type Y to confirm, and then hit the enter key. Once we do that, Anaconda will download all the necessary packages, install, and configure them for us. So let's wait for Anaconda to finish its job. Okay, the tools have been installed. If you use Anaconda to install the tools, then it's likely you will see these messages. I am going to focus on just the first paragraph here. If you're an advanced user, then you can take a look at the ones here and then make modifications, but I'll focus on just this paragraph. So I highly recommend you also do same. Now let's look at what has been displayed for us. So there are 2 things here. We are being told that we need to manually update the taxonomy databases that Krona uses to generate taxonomic reports. And number 2, we need to take note of the default location for storing the taxonomy databases, which is here. So that is what we have. So we are going to update the databases. But before we do that, let's also take note of what has been displayed for us. Okay, so there's the default location for storing taxonomy databases. So make sure you keep this somewhere. Yours is likely to be different. So whatever has been displayed for you, make sure you save it somewhere. Just take note of it. So for me, I'll copy it and then I'll place it in a text file so that I can always open that and then use that information there. So that's what we are going to. So we are going to update the database using the script, and then we will proceed. So first of all, let's activate the environment that we use for this tutorial. So I will clear the screen and then just go and then update the database. So first of all, I am going to activate my conda environment. So I'll say conda activate 16s. And then I am going to create a working directory and then I'll cd into it. So I'll say make the 16s. And then I'll cd into it. So cd 16s. And now I'm going to open a text file and then place in the default location for the Krona databases. So I will say nano krona db.txt. And then I'm going to save that part there. Okay, I'm doing this so that in case I forget it, I can just display that text file and then just see what I have. So I'm going to save this. So I'll do an ls and then I'll see the file. So I can always do a cut to display the parts and then I can always use that. So make sure you also do same. Okay, so now what we are going to do is to update the corner databases. So I'll say kt update taxonomy.sh. So I'll run this command to update the databases. Okay, so the databases have been updated. So now we are good to go. So let's proceed.